Is it too late to glue my hair back onto my head? Because this isn't gonna work. Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on this channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. So today I wanted to talk about my big chop. It's still surreal to me that I even did the big chop because it was expected but not expected. I've been putting it off for a really long time and I finally did it. What is wrong with the lighting? I did my big chop on the 13th of April, which was 2 days ago. It's the 15th now. And it was a roller coaster. Before I did my big chop, I had my hair in twists and then I turned my twists into locks. It's not that I didn't like them, but I didn't like how I couldn't move my head in certain ways. Sleeping was hard because it was just so heavy. It was tugging on my edges and my scalp was sore from it. So I decided I was gonna take the locks out and just cut off all my relaxed ends and do my big chop. I came home from work, started cutting away at my hair, and it was going well at first. It was going well. I started kind of on this side of my head in the front. That way I couldn't turn back, obviously, because it's the front of my head. And I worked my way back on this side, and then I started moving to the middle. And by the time I got here, in the middle of my head, I had a breakdown. Nervous and kind of shaky, and because I just didn't know what I was gonna look like. So by the time I got to the middle of my head, I kind of went into this sense of shock and panic, anxious. My heart was just about to beat out of my chest. I was like, you know what, Tyler, you gotta do this. And I looked back at the trash can and looked back at myself in the mirror, and I looked at the trash can and then looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like,
is it too late to glue my hair back onto my head? Because this isn't gonna work.
Obviously it was too late.
You know what? This is not so bad, you know? It's not that bad.
I kind of kept going through and cutting off little straight pieces. When you first go through, you're cutting off the majority of your straight pieces, and then you need to go back in and kind of trim it down. You don't want to cut too far down to where you're cutting off your curls, so you cut a little bit above. Gotta go back through. The first night I actually looked really crazy, and that's why I was a little nervous because I didn't have any product in my hair except for water and conditioner from when I started doing the big chop. I was happy and relieved that I did it. I'm happy now. I'm happier now than I was that night. The relief comes, if not right after, a couple days after. I love it now. It's only been about 2 days and I really, really like it. I feel like it suits my face a lot more than the long dreads or twists. You know, protective hairstyles, wigs, weaves, extensions, whatever. It started to get expensive. It really starts to add up. It's time consuming, especially if you do it yourself, which I was doing. It took me hours at a time. I feel like my big chop experience overall was bittersweet. To physically hold your hair and cut it off and see it fall and throw it in the trash can, that experience is one that you can't really explain until you really experience it yourself. It's life-changing, you know, that type of experience. Oh, the lighting right now is changing because I'm using natural light and the sun is playing games. So yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, I'm so happy I did it because I just feel so free. You know, when you run, you don't have all this hair behind you, smacking you in the eye. It's beautiful, you know? Yeah, so this is my hair now. Oh, get closer so you guys can see. I would say that I have type 4A hair. Loose curls here and there, but most of my hair is just very tight and coily, kinky basically, is what the majority of my hair looks like. There is no real defined curl to my hair. Loose curls that fall so elegantly. No, they shrink and they look like a little mini afro. So that's what that is. There's no distractions from me and like who I am. I feel like, you know, you see my face and it's just me here. No long locks, there's no twist, there's no long weave. It literally feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Like a literal 5-pound weight, because my head was real heavy for a real long time. This is my big chop, and that was my experience. If you're really thinking about whether or not you want to do the big chop, wait until there is no reason as to why you don't want to do it. One thing I didn't do before I did the big chop was buy my products first. I don't know if a lot of people do that or have done that, but I feel like that would have helped me, because after I did my big chop, if I would have had the products there to kind of style it, I would have probably looked a little bit more put together. Do I have any more tips? Don't think about what other people think, because I can tell you, when I left my house after I did my big chop, it took me a while to actually get out of my house. Like, I kept finding things to do before I left because I was afraid to walk outside, because I was afraid of what other people were gonna think about it. Do what you're doing before your big chop. You're still you, it's just hair, it'll grow back. You know, their opinion doesn't matter. Your significant other, I could see why you'd be nervous to show them. They thought you were beautiful before, but now it's like, are they gonna think I'm beautiful now? But honestly, if they really care about you, it's not even about your hair. You are not, this is not you. This is you. This is a part of you, but it's not you. I'm just rambling on. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This lighting. My throat is itching like crazy. Does anybody else do that? People think I'm weird when I do it. But anyways, still cute though. So that was my big chop experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see how I style my hair or anything else from me, really, just comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.